Every single culture has this practice. What kinds of cultural practices might those be? Give me an example of a cultural universal. Anybody know? Yeah.
Facial expressions.
Facial expressions, yeah. Facial expressions. Interesting, when a child is first born, a woman approaches that child. You might think as an instinct, that little baby might look at her breasts because that's where the child will be fed. Where does that child instinctively look? Face. It is an instinct. Instinct. What else might be an instinct?
Prayer.
Found in every society we know of.
Prayer.
Pardon?
Prayer and faith.
Faith? Yeah, religion. Not legitimate faith, religion. At least some form of religion has been found in every society we know of. And there are actually some biologists who talk about a religious gene or a religious instinct. What else might be examples of this? Marriage rituals, yes, marriage. Particularly, well, we'll talk about that. This is a debate. But yes, found in every society we know of. The incest taboo, also found in every society we know of. But a lot of this stuff, you're starting to hear a pattern that it's related to often biological functions. Usually reproduction and food. Is there an instinct for eating protein? Yeah. No, really. What we know as human beings evolve a large brain, that brain is an energy sink. That is, for the weight of it, it's only about, what is it? I forget, anybody take biology, it's like 10% or 5% of your body weight, but it's consumed something like 30 to 40% of all energy being produced in the use of food. The highest concentration of energy will be in protein, and especially during the early growing years of a child, do they have a hunger oftentimes for meat? Yeah, you do. Well, milk particularly. Milk, mother's milk. Okay, but often also has to do with reproduction. What do men find attractive in women? Two things. The left one and the right one. And the argument is that you can go to any culture on earth, any guy, poke him, I don't care about the language, and go, the guy's going to go. How come? That hourglass figure is a picture of what?
The god.
Pardon?
Goddess, basically.
Who?
Goddess.
No. We're talking biology here.
Being able to provide for your kids.
Being able to not provide for your kids, but to...
Feed your kids.
No, but to reproduce them. That is a picture of biological health for reproduction. Large hips, so that you can have the baby come out and it doesn't get stuck. Breasts, so that you can feed that child. Yeah, that is an instinct. It is a cultural universal. All guys are attracted to the same thing. Interesting. Guys in general, every culture we know of, do they tend to be particularly attracted to women's physical characteristics? Yes, they do. Now, on the other hand, are women a little more complicated in what they find attractive in a mate? Yes. And do they find some physical features attractive in males? Yeah, there have been studies of this, and it's particularly a strong jaw, which is often, according to biologists, associated also with males in their reproductive health. But also, women are less attracted to sheer physical attractiveness. They are. And you can see that biologically, and it's highly predictable across cultures. But they are also more willing to be attracted to men who are what? May not be good looking, but they are what?
Rich.
Wealthy.
Well, in our society, rich. But in every society, they have high status. High status. How come? Because those guys are also now good for what? You said before. Providing. That is an instinct. There's even been a study, Stephen Jay Gould did an interesting study, a biologist, now dead, but at Harvard for many years. He did a study of what we find cute. You know, that kind of thing of, oh, look at the little guy, look at that. And he went into toy stores and looked at stuffed animals. and the kind of things the kids love to hug. He looked at cartoons and the most attractive cartoon figures. And he said there is a mathematical formula that is found in every society we know of that people find adorable. He says what you've got is a fairly large head attached to a torso. The head is at least 30 to 50% the size of the torso. There is very little neck on it. Now, and the eyes on the head will be fairly large as a proportion of the skull size. And then that's the basic cut. And you can give her a little smile, maybe floppy ears. You can take. Okay, it looks weird. This is too weird. But this is found across every society. Oh, a baby seal. Oh, a puppy. Look at the little puppy. Always like dogs, even when he's a little kid. Puppies. Okay, but what is that the proportions of? What is that the proportions of?
Overweight.
What?
Overweight.
No! Well, yeah, okay. But of a human baby. It is an instinct. Now, what's interesting is this feeling of nurturance is found in all higher animals, especially mammals. There are basically two kinds of strategies for reproduction in nature. Mass and careful cultivation. That is, you get mass production versus careful cultivation. Mass production, starfish. A starfish will, a male will emit millions of sperm in the water. The female will generate millions of eggs. They just float around in the water until, sperm hits the eggs and then it floats off as a little thing. And what does the mommy starfish do about it? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. It's just a huge number of them versus a small number of young that are carefully raised and protected. That's more a mammal strategy. More of a mammal strategy. Therefore, have we found in mammals what we would probably recognize in human beings, this nurturance instinct, this cute. And that's what we're talking about. It's a nurturance instinct. Wolves, for example. Anybody know wolves? Female wolf, her own pups are taken away from her or they die. Can you give that female wolf the young of another different species, not a different pup, but a different species, and will she nurture and care for them?
Yes.
Yes, she will, because she is thinking, oh, they look so cute. That's not unusual for the females to feel that way. But in our species, do the males feel that way as well? Yeah, they do. Not as much as females, let's be honest. Not as much as females. But that nurturing instinct. I mean, ever since I was a kid, I've always thought puppies look great. Oh, little puppy. I love puppies. Some friends, their little boy loves his stuffed beaver. No, do not go there. Don't go there. Okay, he's got a little beaver and he carries around his beaver with him. He loves his little beaver. Okay, do males have that nurturing instinct? Very unusual in the animal kingdom. Do our closest relatives, the apes? How about chimps? Anybody know about male chimps? Are they very good parents? No. What do they have a tendency to do to the young? Kill them.
They're not theirs, right?
Especially if they're not theirs. You're right. They'll kill them if they're not theirs. But also they'll even kill them if they are theirs because that will encourage the females to do what with the males?
More reproduction.
More sex. Yeah, more reproduction. You, not us. How come not us? It's simple. It's biological. It's an instinct. Because how long does it take for a human child to become independent, to be able to take care of itself in nature?
13 years for us.
13? I mean, you're right. The single best way to measure maturity is biologically and the ability to reproduce. How long before puberty for most human beings? 12, 13 years old. What? How long before that little newborn baby can take care of itself? Years. Look, a baby horse called a colt is born. You know, horses can run. How long before that colt can walk on its own and start to run?
A couple hours.
Walk a couple of hours, run maybe a month. How long before a human child can take care of itself? How many of you are still living at home with mom and dad? You're like 21 years old, and you're still owing money, Daddy. Okay. Well, let's go back to 13, because that's a little easier. Or even the ability, because our major defense is not because we're fast, strong, big teeth and claws. What is our major distinction, our major means of adaptation in nature? Not our big teeth, our big brain. But that large organ takes years to mature, such that you can use that intelligence to defend yourself in nature. And in the meantime, it's not enough just to have the female around, protect the one, because our species are not very, honestly, we're not very good at killing things. Not with nature. Watch this. Oh, you're scared. No. And we need not just the female there to help protect and raise those young. We need also the male. And therefore the males also have that instinct for nurturance. We also have, we keep going on and on about this stuff, love. Love. Does every society have strong emotional attachment between males and females? Yes, it does. It's a cultural universal. How come? Biologically speaking. What's its function? Biologically, sociobiologically. Reproduction. Again, what you want is the male attached to the female, so he sticks around to care for the young, which is also, and this gets a little graphic, so this is the R-rated portion of our show. R-rated. Face-to-face mating. Is that fairly unusual in the animal kingdom? Yeah. I mean, we often talk about doggy style, right? That's much more common. How come face-to-face mating?
More intimate.
More intimate. Pair bonding, because as you are engaging in orgasm with sex, you are looking into the face. Remember the instinct for face. Human beings, we're constantly paying attention to the subtlest little brow raise. Oh my God, he's not even, oh. And now you combine that with sexuality and you get strong pair bonding to keep the male around to care for the young. All this because of biology. All of it because of an instinct. All right, let's move on. I at least want to... Okay, so no quiz on Thursday. We'll do it a week from today. So I'm not quite done with this. I've got to do ecological and functionalist, and I'm going to let people go a little on the early side. So, next time when I ask, as I usually will, because everybody's at a different place, and I've got 5 different classes. Next time, please tell me I need to start with the ecological theory. Okay?
Are you doing quizzes today?
Pardon?
Are you doing quizzes today?
I'm sorry.
Are you doing quizzes today?
Yeah, I'm doing quiz. If you're doing a makeup right now, you'll have 20 minutes. In this class, I'll give you 20 minutes to do it because I teach in this classroom next. But I need everybody who's doing a makeup up here, right up